what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back here in the new shop and currently under construction here, but had a little bit of update on this Corvette here, and I'm trying to get parts. So if you watched the last video there, I was having some issues getting, I have everything but this door pillar here. So the door pillar, and I do have this front piece and all this other stuff, right? But the problem is the door pillar is a restricted part from GM, and you know, it's a big nightmare and you can't get it exactly. So there is a shop in a couple hours from me that has the actual CRN number, but they will not repair it because it's a salvage title car, and I don't know why exactly, but he said he'd buy it off me, which I'm assuming he just wants to buy it for cheap off me and then fix it and resell it or part it out, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, he doesn't want to part with it. So I did talk to the body shop here in town closest to me that they were going to sell me the part. They said the body shop in Edmonton had the part, and that was before Christmas. And then I finally got a hold of them this week, and they said, well, actually we don't have the number, so we can't actually get it. So I'm not really sure what to do here now. So my next option was, there was a whole bunch of cars that, like a tornado and at the plant there, the Corvette plant. So they'll sell these cars to the auto wreckers, right? And they're parting them out, but they're cutting them in half. So they cut them right down the middle here, so they're not usable, right? Which, I mean, it'd be pretty sweet if you could buy the whole entire shell and just swap it, but they won't let you do that. So anyways, I'm thinking I'm gonna buy this front half. You can get one for 1,200 bucks US, except for it costs me about 1,200 bucks US to ship it here out of the States. But it'll have this door pillar and everything will be mint on it. And I'll actually, I can probably use all this front stuff, right? So I don't actually have to use the new parts. The only part I'll need is this part, which I do have, which seems like the most structural part, which I don't know how I was able to get that one then. So maybe, I'm not sure why that's restricted and this one's not. But so what I want to do now is I'm going to try to pull this cover off here and see if I can get this all apart. And if I can get this apart okay without wrecking it, then I'm going to order up this front half, and I'll just use that, and then I'll be able to fix it up and won't have any other issues with trying to get parts of that front. So, because I mean, once all the other parts are pretty much available, like the fenders and the hood, and the hood's fine, but the fenders, bumper covers, all that stuff is okay. But it's this door pillar, which is actually two pieces. So the outside cover comes off here, and then it's like the inside, I think it's like three pieces maybe, and then it's also like the door, or this comes apart right here too. So I went and found the GM specs of how to remove it. So I'm going to take this all apart, see if it comes apart kind of easy, and if it does, well, I'll order up that part. I'll have it here in like probably a week or two, and then we can finally just fix this thing and be done with it. So there is a body shop in town, and they said, like the ones that have been doing like they did that Blazer for me and the Train, they said no problem, we'll fix her up for you. And just mostly, I'm gonna probably take it all apart, get it all ready just to install, and I just want them to put it up on their rack, make sure everything's in spec, and then they'll glue it together for me, or I can help them glue it together, because they're pretty good and they'll work with me. They might take a little bit longer, but they've been great to deal with. So probably do that, and then yeah, I'll just get this freaking thing done instead of waiting for this part. And it's been like 6 months I've been trying to get this part, so just had enough with it. And if I can buy that front half for pretty decent, then I'll just do that and yeah, get it fixed up. So anyways, let's try to get this part off here. I'm gonna heat it up a little, take the screws out, heat it up a little bit, and see if I can get this removed. So I got the side piece off there, and it actually came off super easy. So I was surprised of how nicely it came apart there. And for now, I only pulled this the outside part off here, but this other stuff should come off pretty easy too. So I went ahead and ordered that front half of the Corvette, and it's actually in right now. So I'm gonna go head to the border and go pick it up. So it's about 4.5 hours away. So it's like 4:30 in the morning right now. So I'm just gonna head out there and hopefully be there by like 9 or 10, so I can kind of get back at a good time. And then I'll probably want to get back, finish taking this all apart, like take this side piece off here and the other front, and just kind of practice on it, and then start taking that other piece apart. But I'm just gonna head out here and I'll catch you at the border and see what this thing looks like. check this out. So this is the front half of that C8 Corvette. So they kind of wrapped it all up. I did already make it through the border there, but this was already coming off, so I'm just gonna pull that right off there. And it doesn't really matter if it gets a little bit dirty, and the roads are clear today anyway, so, but it's just blowing all over. So I think the front, yeah, it already blew. I just don't want to lose all this plastic into the ditch, so I'm just gonna unwrap this thing and we'll take another look at it. Alrighty, check it out. So it actually looks pretty darn good. And I mean, they just cut it literally right in half, like through all the wires and everything. I would have thought they could have sold all these separately, but I don't know, it seems kind of weird. But came with the front windshield in it, which I thought it wouldn't have came with anything, but I can actually use some of these lines on the front here. I think some of mine are damaged, and use all this. But now I have both sides, so I guess we can buy one that has damage on the passenger side and fix it. So might as well just try to take this all apart. But it's pretty awesome that it came with the front window, because these things are like 800 bucks for the factory GM window, so I can just reuse that one, which is pretty cool. So but anyways, I'm gonna head her home here, and when we get home I'm gonna unload it and try to take this thing apart. Alrighty, so I made it back home here before dark, and I'm just gonna get this thing unloaded. So I made it all the way back without breaking that window, so that was good. So I was gonna throw these straps off and put it in the shop, and maybe pull this window out and try to take a few other parts off that Corvette tonight. So I got it back in the shop here, and I went ahead and pulled out that front windshield first just to get it out of the way. And tomorrow I'm going to probably start maybe doing a little bit pulling this apart, and I'm going to probably just end up pulling this all the pieces off this one first just to practice, make sure it all comes together, because this is all broken, right? So if I kind of break it a little bit, taking it apart, it shouldn't be a problem. And then I might pull this passenger side all apart here and just see if I can get this apart really carefully and not wreck anything, and then pull this side off, because then I might as well pull that apart too, and then I can just put them parts on the shelf away, and if I ever buy another one, I can just use them parts for that, right? So, but yeah, it looks pretty awesome, and I think it's gonna work and get this thing fixed up. So that's gonna be a wrap for today's video, and tune in for the next one. Hopefully we can start getting this framework done and getting this thing finally together. So it's been a while, and yeah, I'd really like to get it done for this spring and get cruising in this thing, and instead of having just to wheel it around everywhere, get some of these projects wrapped up. So but yeah, and also we're getting a little bit closer on the shop here. So I kind of did this video a little while ago before I ordered this parts, but it's pretty much just ready for tin. Gonna tin the whole entire shop, so kind of be working on that and working on some of these cars. So but anyways, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Peace.